right, Shalom Maki. Yeah, no. Basically, we're gonna do a little show on this idol. As you can see, first of all, she's throwing up the monocunoto form of it. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, the brother can get it. She wearing that hat with a bunch of pentagrams on it, you know, which is really what Baphomet. You know, and you got the eagle slaying the serpent, and then on here it tells you what religious liberty, you know, dedicated to the people of the United States by the order of Banyai, Barith, and Israelites of America. So this statue is supposed to represent Israel, you know, but this is nothing more than demonic idol worship. Then you got the Roman toga on with the chainmail. You know, so the brother got some information and data on this statue. And so this is dedicated to being a demon, and basically it tells you what? Religious liberty. That's the name of it. So that basically means you can worship anything and do as you please.
God, yeah. Well, that proves that they're not the real Jews. They set up an idol.
Exactly.
In front of their museum. It's their museum right here.
Exactly.
This is about idols. Focus on the book.
And not to mention, it's worship of the fucking woman.
Yeah, there you go.
It's worship of the fucking woman, man. No, it's not even like in honor of like Yahweh Shai, you know? Or of the Lord, it's of a fucking woman.
Yeah, they chose to set up an idol.
So really this goes back to all them so-called woman goddesses, you know?
Yeah.
Or mother worship. Woman worship.
All right, come on.
All right, this is Baruch chapter 6, verse 71. And likewise their gods of wood inlaid over and with silver and gold are like to a white throne in an orchid that every bird sitteth upon, as also to a dead body that is cast into the dark. So basically this is nothing but a cheap imitation of an idol. Okay, because idols of the past laying over the silver and gold at 50%.
And just like the birds on top of the idol, that this idol ain't trying to swat the bird away from it. You know, this idol has no life in it. You know, this bird's basically shitting all over it and everything like that.
Yeah. Continue on, it says, and you shall know them to be no gods.
Idol God.
By the bright purple that rideth them away.
Alright, so essentially if an earthquake happened, this shit would just fall and crumble and be no more. That'd be the end of this. And really, they resurrect idols, man, to basically conjure up demons, you know? People come by here probably all the time and esteem it as something to be, in awe of, you know? Or dismayed, you know?
I tried looking yo, that scripture coming to life, man. That bird is spirit, man.
And the bird's still staying there first,
man.
you know?
That's crazy, man. It says, and you shall know them to be no gods by the bright purple that rideth upon them. And they themselves afterwards shall be eaten, and shall be a reproach in the country.
So this thing is going to basically become a mockery. It's going to be just another piece of shit, you know? Basically, this is just a resurrection of past and ancient so-called gods, man, that don't even exist. They just started in the mind, you know? And the heart is deceitful above all things.
Yeah, when you look it up, it'll tell you that it goes back to Diana, but it really goes back to Semiramis and Tammuz.
Yeah.
So it says, better therefore is a just man that have none idols, for he shall be far from reproach.
Yeah, because a just man ain't gonna set up an idol. He's gonna worship the one.
Yeah, that just man is supposed to be Israel, but yet the so-called Jew made this. He erected an idol. You know, this was originally at Fairmount Park, but they moved it over here.
And of a woman, nonetheless. So it goes to show you where their mindset is.
Right here.
It's good to say that Solomon said that he finds more bitter than death a woman. Scriptures also tell you that all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. And meanwhile, they're going to resurrect the idol of a woman to represent or in honor of the
so-called
United
Jews.
States.
Yeah. When that showed you that the so-called Jews are under a female's vibration, woman's vibration.
Based their lineage
Nationality, off the mother.
Matrilineal lineage.
Yeah, so these so-called Jews, they can't be the real Israelites.
You're being exposed right now.
They erecting idols to be their gods, and they saying this is an example of religious freedom. So basically, what they're saying is they can worship any god they want.
And not to mention, they're basically supporting fucking pedophilia, man. They're a little naked ass fucking child up there, man. And it's a little fucking boy nonetheless, man. So that's fucking nothing but pedophilia. And this is supposed to be in honor of the so-called United States.
Don't the so-called Jews love little boys?
Wait a minute, it's in the Talmud.
In the Talmud. Okay.
So that's how you know they're fucking not they're not no Israelites, man.
Jeremiah 50 verse 1. The word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet.
I just see how it says, because I said it before, but it says dedicated to the people of the United States, right? But then it also says, and Israelites of America.
Basically, they're saying religious freedom from the Most High.
Right.
Which I taught in these articles. Alright. It says, verse 2 of Jeremiah 50, declare ye among the nations and publish, and set up a standard and publish. It's like they set up a standard and publish and it's still not. That's why we out here revealing all the wickedness that's going on in the midst thereof. We exposing these fucking idols. There be no gods, okay? And then the true nature of these idols. Because they go back to fucking people, Semiramis and Talmuds. Okay? And the brother looked it up and said it also goes back to Diana, which is a Greek goddess. It says in say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces.
Yeah, so that just goes to show you the strength of an idol. There is none. Right. These idols are just as vulnerable to destruction as these people are. All right, there's no power and strength in the idol. Not to mention the fact that it's an idol of a woman. All right.
This is Psalms 96 verse 4. For the Lord is great and greatly to be feared, to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods.
So there it is.
So why would a so-called Jew write this? Because it's not.
And the Lord already said, "Don't stand or rear ye up a graven image." What is this, man? This is no more than a graven image. So the Lord told us, "Have no other power before me." All right. To not be an idolater. All right. This is basically spiritual fornication. It's not basically, it is spiritual fornication. And then the Lord said, "Don't rear ye up a standing image." So this is completely against the scriptures, you know. And then this bottom part is a joke, because it says of American independence. America isn't independent, man. All right? The so-called Jews run America. All right? What's that so-called Jew that said that they basically own America? America does what they want them to do. Remember what I'm talking about?
What you talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Why else should I buy it?
That what he?
One of his sons. It might have been Nathan.
Yeah,
He makes the laws. Might have been Nathan. Yeah, one of his sons.
Yeah, one of them.
Right, sure. And you know the scripture where you have idols.
He's a so-called Jew.
So Psalms 96 verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens.
The Lord made the heavens. So that goes to prove to you, man, that there's no such thing as a good Edomite. An Edomite set this bullshit up. So if an Edomite was a man of the Lord, first of all, this shit wouldn't even be here. But now, what did they do? They came over to this land, took it from Gad, from Reuben, alright? Stole it from the Lord's people and then reared up these bullshit idols.
Oh yeah, it's 26 and what? Yeah, 26
that are powerless. Nothing but an inanimate object.
This is Leviticus 26 and 1. You shall make no idols, no graven image.
Yeah, so that was a commandment that the Lord gave to his chosen people. Right?
So this devil went against the commandments of the Lord. He's supposed to be a so-called Jew. But he wasn't. He's not a Jew. He's
He's an Edomite. Which is the devil.
It says, you shall make no idols, no graven image, neither rear you up a standing image.
Either rear ye up a standing image. That's a direct order.
Neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto.
What is this? What is this? And you notice how they made it that fucking tall. Basically so you can bow down to this shit. They really got this exalted.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 15.
And it's basically a representation of how the fucking woman's up over us too, you know?
Get to the woman compares to man, Jeremiah. This is Wisdom of Solomon 15, verse 15. I started 14. And all the enemies of thy people that hold them in subjection are most foolish, and are more miserable than very babes. For they counted all the idols of the heathen to be gods, which neither had the use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle.
So that basically proves right there that all these idols, all right, so-called gods and goddesses, they're all inanimate objects, all right? And they're inspired by the spiritual demon Satan.
Done. You point out the obvious. It says Israelites, order of Israelites of America. You know, we the real Israelites, so-called Black Latinos, Native Americans. They're not the real Israelites. And the Khazars.
And to prove that this is clearly used for witchcraft to set off a demonic vibrations, we already pointed out that fucking hat, right? That's that same hat that fucking Mickey Mouse be wearing. You know, when he got the wand and all that. So this is nothing more than witchcraft. Then they're throwing up the monoporto, which is representation of Baphomet, just like the pentagrams. All right, the representation of that fucking goat, the androgynous demon Baphomet, which is what these so-called Jews worship, man. That's the main idol that these so-called Jews worship. And they got a lot of our people into that shit too, especially amongst Hollywood, which stands really for Hollywood, you know?
And the eagle, if I may say, represents the proud Esau's pride as the eagle, and he's got the wisdom of the serpent. That's what he got. He got the head down of the serpent, meaning his wisdom is over the Lord's wisdom. That's what he's trying to say. Like with the case with the Egyptians, when Moses threw down his rod, it became a serpent, and the Egyptians threw down their rod, it became a serpent. So he's
basically pride before wisdom.
Yeah, pride. Yeah, he got pride over wisdom. Yep.
The Lord even said, "There's no more wisdom in Timan."
Yeah.
No.
Yep. So he's letting the world, the Western Hemisphere world, know that he has the illumination of the earth right now, because he has the wisdom. So I believe the brothers brought it out too, but we know that a serpent represents learn, to be learned. That's why the Lord said, "Be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove." Finish up here. And it says right here, "For they counted all the idols of the heathen to be gods, which neither have eyes, would neither have use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle. As for their feet, they are slow to go. For man made them, and he borrowed his own spirit, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them. But no man can make a god like unto himself. For being mortal, he worketh a dead thing with the wicked hands. For he himself is better than the things."
Wicked hands. So all these idols came about through spiritual fornication. All right.
I got that one too.
You know, and the brother just said they had no hands to handle. Their feet were slow to move. That's basically inanimate. Like I said earlier, there's an inanimate object, man. You know? If I spit on this shit, it ain't gonna retaliate. You know? If I throw some water on this bitch, he ain't gonna do shit. And matter of fact, technically we're supposed to be burning this shit and overthrowing. You know, but then Esau calls that vandalism. You know? But the righteous thing to do would be to overthrow this thing.
Bring out Habakkuk earlier.
Oh no, bring up.
Habakkuk 2:18. What profited the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it? The molten image, a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols. Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake to the dumb stone. Arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no
Right,
breath.
so basically it's dressed up, you know?
Yeah.
It looks like something that would move and have feelings, have some sort of might in it, but in actuality it's nothing but dead. You know?
And it's a teacher of lies because it's talking about the Israelites, but then it should have the 12 tribes sign that we out there advocating.
And the image in itself is alive because a woman ain't above a man.
Yeah.
All right? Naturally.
Yeah, they worshiping the creature more than the creator.
Exactly.
The woman was created for the man.
So so basically, it's a rhetorical question because there is no profit. There is no profit in a idol or a molten image. There is no profit. There's no gain besides death, man. It's teacher of lies, right?
Teacher of lies.
So if you're following an idol or in an idol worship, you're following a lie. If you're into witchcraft, you're following a lie, man. That's what's gonna get you taken out amongst Israelites because Esau's gone. The other nations, they don't got no gods. That's why they rear this stuff up and worship. Let's go right back. Changing angles. All right, so you got the back end of this idol. All right, you got the little child naked. All right, then you got a bundle of sticks. You can't really zoom in.
Want to bring it up?
What, she got a sword on her side? She got a sword on her side?
No, it's just that part of it. Here's the word for fastest. It says basically it says a bundle of rods bound together around an axe with the blade projecting, carried before ancient Roman magistrates as an emblem of authority.
See that authority?
Yep.
Over here it says.
And they said the Romans used to use this, man. So
showing you that what Romans, Americans roam over.
America's the rebirth of the Roman
right, they're still using symbols that the Romans used. So
And over here it says that the core, the tenets or ideology or the philosophy of fascism is totalitarianism. Okay. Dictatorship, militarism, imperialism, etc. That's basically what America represents. It doesn't represent any type of freedom or any liberties, okay? It represents wicked liberties by you doing whatever stuff you want to do, being wicked, being a witch,